from Studio 113 in Walson Hall, this is MBC News.
Hi, and welcome to MBC News. We're your hosts, Heather Downey
and Katie Frischer.
So, Katie, do you have any plans for the upcoming spring break?
Not much. I'm just going home, but it's nice to relax.
Yeah. We hope all the mules have a great spring break. And why don't you just tell us about this week's news?
Okay. So in this week's news, in the wake of the February 14th mass shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, this past Monday, Muhlenberg joined the vast growing list of colleges officially supporting the Never Again movement. This pledge means that high school students applying to Muhlenberg who may have received disciplinary action for protesting and speaking out against gun violence will not be at any risk for being rescinded from the institution. The Muhlenberg College Career Center announced their offering of 5 $1,500 internship stipends through the Alumni Board Career Scholarship. If you are applying for unpaid or low-paid internships, we'll be working at least 140 hours during the summer and are a full-time student in group academic and social standing. You are eligible to apply. The deadline to apply is March 16th by 5 p.m. If you have any questions, email patrickfligg@muhlenberg.edu. Spring break officially begins upon the completion of classes March 2nd. Before you go off to enjoy your vacation or staycation, remember that housing will be closing at 6 p.m. and will not reopen until Sunday, March 11th at 10 a.m. Also, just as a reminder, remember to remove all perishable foods and empty your trash before you head out. Now, for Out of the Muhlen Bubble. Marvel's Black Panther is continuing to soar in the box office as it is just brought in $112 million in just their second weekend of being in theaters. In total, the film has brought in a total of $404 million in just 10 days. These are incredibly impressive statistics, so if you have not seen the record-breaking blockbuster, then make sure you head to the theater over spring break. What's an Out of the Muhlen Bubble segment without bringing up the Kardashians? On Monday, Kim shared her first selfie with her and Kane's 6-year-old daughter, Chicago. The sweet image showed the mother and daughter duo with an adorable Snapchat filter. This may have been Chicago's first media appearance, but it will certainly not be her last. That's all for news. Now to Heather with the sports.
Thanks, Katie. The men's lacrosse team stays undefeated with a win against Scranton, 9-8. Freshman Nate Emmerich scored the game-winning goal within the last 2 minutes of the game. Other goals were scored by sophomores Jack Colt, Bobby McLaughlin, Drew Rafferty, Frankie Feaster, and Garrett Pope, and freshman Ethan Grossman. The team's next game is this weekend against Geneseo. In track and field, senior Anthony Calantoni won 2 silver medals during the Centennial Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. As teams, the men finished in 5th place and the women in 9th. Many athletes from both teams had ECAC qualifying performances, many individuals placing in their respective events. Both teams now have almost a month-long break until their next meet, the Lafayette 7-way meet. We will be able to see more mules in action once the weather warms up. That's all for sports. Now, on to David with the weather.
Thanks, Heather. And now for this week's weather. On Thursday, we're going to have some PM showers with a high 55, low at 38, and an 80% chance of rain. On Friday, keep your raincoats on because it's going to be some showers and wind with a high of 41, low at 32, and a 70% chance of rain. We move it on over to Saturday, and the sun is coming out with a high of 42, low at 30, and a 10% chance of rain. And on Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy again with a high of 41, low at 27, and a 10% chance of rain. And on Monday, it's going to be pretty hot with a high of 47, low at 30, and a 10% chance of rain. And on Tuesday, it's going to be showers with a high of 44, low at 34, and a 40% chance of rain. And on Wednesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 46, low at 34, and a 20% chance of rain. Back to you, Heather.
That's all for this week's news. We're your hosts, Heather Downey
and Katie Frischer.
Have a great break, mules. Stay classy.